here, it is very sensitive. So it will catch every word that is said, it catch keys clacking, everything. So just letting you know before we get going.
Chewing our food too.
It doesn't quite get that but if you have really loud chips, it might.
All right, I'm assuming that since we're gonna be doing training first, probably Angie and Marty will come later.
Marty might not, I think he
I
had an
don't know if
appointment,
Marty
but
will be
Angie
here.
probably will.
Okay, all
He had an
right,
appointment, if he comes, it'll be late.
fair enough, that sounds fine.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and start out with our normal quorum agenda, and then we'll get a motion to go into work session.
Okay, all right, that sounds fine, so everybody's ready? Okay, very good. All right, I'm assuming everybody's got their tablets opened up and everything. We do have a quorum, and agenda was on your board docs, and it should be open on your screen, very similar to that right there. So we'll need a motion to approve the agenda. Oh, there comes Reed.
So moved.
We have a motion to approve the agenda. Do we have a second? Guys, do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. All right. All those in favor of the agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the agenda is approved. Any guests?
No, sir.
Okay, all right, and I guess our IT guy's gonna be with us just in case we have any trouble. All right, so this is the first meeting with the laptops, and the next item on the agenda will be the work session. And
We just need a motion to go into the work session, just like we do closed session.
so we are gonna be formal about it. All right,
Yeah.
need a motion to go into the work session.
So moved.
Second.
Second, we have a second. All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right,
All
we're
right.
in the work session.
So some of you have already signed in, but this is just to make sure everybody can get in to your iPad. So you've got your iPad in front of you with your keyboard attachment. There is a charger inside the white box. So these are gonna take the place of our traditional agenda packets from here on out. So you'll need to charge your iPad and bring it with you to meetings from here on. You also all have your little sticky note there with your 6-digit passcode to get in. So IT created these, they're kind of a generic passcode for everybody. So they said you can go in and change those passwords to something that you can remember a little bit better under your settings tab. There's a change your passcode option if you need it. Oh, I'll help you. No, he's public relations, not
Somebody
IT.
We'll try a third
So,
time.
what are you not getting logged into, Ellie?
I go log in.
I'm gonna try it a third time. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, fat fingers.
I enabled the fingerprint identification
Yeah.
on mine, so.
Yep, whatever you need to do there is fine, as long as you can get into it. They just said to change it from those generic passwords at some point. So you're also already logged into your county email address. If you go under the email icon on the main toolbar. One thing you all may have noticed when you're in your email is you have emails from a sender called KnowBefore. That is IT's cybersecurity training that you will all have to complete now that you have a county email address. It is a very quick training, it's maybe half an hour, and there is also a test out option. It'll give you the questions before the video modules, and if you answer them correctly, you don't have to watch the videos.
And I'm sorry, where's that?
So this is under your email, it's called KnowBefore. They should have sent you several emails on the toolbar there, you got an email option. Here, I'll come.
No, oh, I see it, no before, okay,
So they just asked that everybody completes that training before the end of the month.
got it,
So
okay.
you don't have to do it today, but
This month.
do what?
This month.
Yeah, before the end of the month, yeah. And if you don't, you'll probably continue to get
Maybe I
emails from
typed the
them.
password in wrong the first time.
But that is, you all got a unique link to that, so if you wanted to do it from your computer, you could just forward that email to yourself and do it from your personal computer instead of the tablet.
That's a capital W.
So then, board docs, you should have on your home screen, there's the little icon that'll take you straight to the login page. You haven't been there yet? Maybe.
On mine, it was everything before the @ symbol. And only everything before the @ symbol.
Yeah, when we logged in from our computers, it was wanting us to put in our full address, but now these are, yeah, so if you haven't gotten in yet, make sure yours is. So that's that top one. And you can let it say
Mark.
All right, so once you're into the page, if you're on the page that shows the Board of Supervisors, so we are technically considered a subcommittee under the Board of Supervisors. So they are gonna be the main thing that pops up every time you log in. In the top right-hand corner of that page, there's a drop down to change it to the EDA.
So I've got it up in the top.
There.
Drop down to the
There you go. And then you can just hit view the agenda, and it should take you into our agenda page. Everybody into Word docs. Awesome. So we walked through this a little bit last month, but I'll go over it again in case people are so confused. So this is basically translating our paper agendas. It's just now on a digital format. You can see it kind of follows the same flow that we always have had. And as you go through each item, you can see if there's an attachment there. You can also see, like Brian, if you want to hit approval of minutes, because that'll be our next thing. Yeah, so you can see there what type of item it is, if it's something you need to take action on. It'll show that there at the top. And then anytime there's an attachment, you can just open it and it'll open up as a separate PDF there. And you can absolutely do this from your home computer if you haven't done it yet. If you don't want to use your tablet at home, you don't have to. Just make sure you bring it for meetings. As long as you have your password, you can get in there to look at it from home, from any device. Anytime we have something that is for closed session that the public is not supposed to see, if you go into closed session there, Brian. So that you see there's the public content, that's the legal jargon that we normally have on our EDA agendas. Anytime we have an actual document that is only supposed to be visible to you all, because it pertains to what we're discussing in closed session, that'll show up right there under executive content. So we don't have anything under there for this month, but if you go back and look at last month's meeting, we did have a couple of documents under closed session that'll show up there. And that just, if you ever get in here and don't see your documents under executive content, you might not be signed in. You might have just come in through the public site. That's really the main difference between, it just blocks the public from being able to see things that are pertaining to closed session that we're not ready to make public yet. Once the meeting is finished, I will go back in on the back end and it'll add in the votes that we took on everything, who made the motion, who seconded, and then if there was a roll call vote, it'll have everybody's names listed there.
So I'll switch it while we're in closed session to a PowerPoint.
You can leave it in the PowerPoint the whole time now that they're all signed in. If you need
Okay.
to, yeah.
Well, I didn't put any, so you have to double click into the attachments. I didn't duplicate that. So we have to look at the attachments on board.
Okay, yeah, so whenever we are discussing one of the exhibit tabs, just like you would with your folder, you'll just need to click into it to open it.
But today, we don't have any of those attachments on.
We do have attachments, just not in closed session.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Fine, that's
So
fine.
anything that has that little paper symbol next to it has attachments for you to
I
that you can
checked
open.
yesterday and I didn't see anything under the executive content.
Yeah, there's nothing in closed session, like there's, everything that's on there this month is visible to the public. Yeah.
So we go into closed session today, it'll just be up on the screen, it won't be on the tablet.
Right.
But then at a later time, you'll see it here.
Yeah, like if you look at last month's, you'll see
Yeah.
that they were
okay,
talking,
fine.
yeah. For this one, all it says there is which projects we're discussing in closed session, just like it would on our normal paper agenda. Does anybody have any board docs questions? It's pretty self-explanatory once you get in there and start playing with it and figure out where everything is, but
How do you set it up so you have one window on the side and then content?
I'm not sure, I haven't played with it on the iPads, the tiny ones yet, so I'm not sure how to set it up that way. Let me see how
I
it
like
displays
that.
on. Yeah, ours
Stick your
display
finger
like that on the
up,
bigger
have your
screen.
email and then your,
Well, I just mean like on mine, I've got the agenda on the top and then the content on the bottom.
Yeah. Is there an option to change the view?
No, it's the same, mine's the same way.
Yeah.
It's just the mobile version of the website.
It's not the same as what they're showing, but
I mean, it's a little different than it's on the screen.
There you go, yeah.
How do I get rid of this?
I don't know. How to get rid of them, honestly, yeah. Like, this is the first time I'm really playing with Word docs in here, because I didn't want to log them in ahead of time.
Okay.
Yeah, so if that works, so if you want it, the split screen there, up in the top left-hand corner, there's a little button.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, it just makes everything a little tighter on the screen, is the only downside there. Just look at it right there if you, it looks like Brian's up front. Yeah.
Set mine up like this. Just hit this thing up here.
Yeah. It just squishes everything a little bit tighter, but yeah, it'll work if that's how you wanna look at it. The other thing is, since a lot of you had not changed your password yet from that original one, you'll wanna change that at some point, just for security's sake. That was the default password that all of you had. So when you're on this main page, up next to the drop down where you changed it to the EDA, there's a little person symbol. You're gonna click on that and there's an option to change password underneath that. So just, when you change that, make sure, some of you, I think when you came through today, hit save password, just make sure you update your saved password on your iPad, so next time you log in, it'll log you into the correct one. We don't have to change them right this minute, but just some point before the next meeting, make sure you go in and change your Board Docs password for security. Other questions? We good? Brian, is there anything you can think of that we left out?
The iMessages are not set up, so we will have to program that, give you your iTunes password, your Apple ID password.
Yeah, I have not given them their Apple ID password. I have it, IT gave it to me, so if you need to use that, if you ever get locked out or if you need one of your passwords, just go ahead and contact me and we'll take care of getting that sent to you securely. IT has a way that they can send your password to you that's encrypted so that nobody can get in there without.
Or we can just call you.
Yeah, that as well, but it is a very long password, I'll warn you. It's very long and lots of letters and numbers and symbols and
It's
for security's sake,
computer
yeah. So it is very long. Yeah, if you ever get locked out of anything, just let me know. Like I said, if you only wanna use this for meetings, if you wanna turn it off and use your personal computer for Board Docs at home, you are more than welcome to do that. We are not gonna make you switch to using your county email for correspondence for meetings. We can continue using your email that you're already using, so. And then just once, back in your email, you've got the email from KnowBefore. That came from our IT department. That is your cybersecurity training that they want you to complete by the end of the month. It's just anybody with a county email has to go through that training, but it's not very long.
How long does that take?
The training, it took me maybe 20 minutes. Yeah, it's not bad at all. It's, there's 3 little modules and they give you the option to test out of them before if you can answer their questions correctly, and if not, you have to watch the videos and then answer those questions. And then there's 3 videos that you just watch the video itself. There's no questions after it, but they're maybe 2 minutes long. Not bad at all. I think we're all set. Whenever you're ready to, you'll have to do a motion to come out of the work session is what we've got in there.
Does everybody feel good where they are with Board Docs right now?
I'm sure we'll have questions as we go, so,
Yeah.
all right. Unless anybody has anything else, we'll entertain a motion to come out of the work session.
So moved.
Second. Okay, any discussion? Everybody okay? All right, all those in favor of coming out of the work session, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we're out of the work session. All right, the next item on the agenda is approval of the minutes. They're on your tablet over to the right. All right. I'll give everybody a minute. I looked at it yesterday, but not everybody maybe had an opportunity to, so.
This one, okay.
Move approval of the minutes.
Second.
All right, so we have a motion to approve the minutes in a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Minutes are approved. All right. Next item is the approval of the treasurer's report.
The treasurer's report is attached in your board docs, as well. And there are no real significant changes this month either. If you have any questions, we can go over those. But it's pretty much standard business for the month.
Any update on the cash account? On the cash account?
I'm sorry.
Any update on the cash account? Because we paused that for a higher interest rate. Still,
Yeah, we did we open a new bank account for the higher rate?
So we have certificates of deposit and 1.85 million, two different ones. One of them's for VDOT. One of them's with Atlantic Union for them to give us a letter of correct. And so they will be, finance, it's my understanding, is getting that set up as far as the monthly revenue that will be added to it. I don't know that it's added to it yet. There is funds are starting to come in from the projects, like 100 and, should be on here that we received an extra $100,000 for, well, I know we received the extra 52,000.
I think it might have been in April.
So right now, and going forward on construction, the funds aren't coming to the EDA, the county is gonna write the checks straight to the contractor. So instead of transferring the roughly 2.8 million to the EDA and then writing checks, we'll just do a purchase order and then pull it down. And so there really should not be any difference that you see.
Yeah, the reason I brought that up, I noticed investment earnings were 7,658.
Right,
And I'm assuming it's interest paid
It
on
is.
the deposits.
yes,
Okay.
that's correct.
All right. Any other questions, concerns with the treasurer's report? Entertain a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion second to approve the treasurer's report. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Our treasurer's report is approved. And next item on the agenda is closed session. So we'll need a motion to go into closed session.
Move we enter closed session for reasons cited on the agenda.
We have a second?
Second.
All right, we have a motion second to go into closed session to discuss sensitive business. Any other discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye.
I think you need to read the code section, if you just read this part about what the closed session is for.
That's not something we've normally done, but that's something that the county prefers.
The discussion concerning a prospective business or industry, that part.
Yes,
Section 2.2, 3711.5.
right.
Go ahead, you already started.
I move we go into closed session, is that where we are?
All right, so this is an association with the motion to go into closed session, discussion concerning a prospective business or industry or the expansion of an existing business or industry where no previous announcement has been made of the business or industry's interest in locating or expanding the facilities in the community. And we have two projects to discuss. So that's the items we'll discuss in closed session. All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Closed session.